welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So as you guys know, I'm a big fan of titanium, carbon, and white on the engine bay. And one thing that was bothering me was, as you can see, I have the Password JDM power steering cover. I have the fender shroud and the cob intake. And if we come over to this side, I just have the fender shroud and the fuse box cover. I don't have anything over here. So what I did was actually pick up a Password JDM battery cover. I picked this up from Technocraft Composites. They actually are selling Password JDM pieces. And this is one of the pieces that I actually wanted. So I snagged it, decided it was something that I wanted in the engine bay. So we're going to install tonight. It's going to complete the engine bay with all the carbon and titanium and everything. I actually do have a Titanium Works Password JDM badge, just like I did on the power steering cover over here. So I have that coming, so I got to drill that out and do the same thing. But what we're actually going to do tonight, I'm going to polish it up just like I did with the power steering cover, and then ceramic coat it so it's safe from the heat in the engine bay. And at least I have something on here, because Password JDM pieces, they're handmade. Every single piece is completely different. As you kind of can tell on the finish, you know, they're not perfect. They're not 100%. They are handmade. It's not machined. So it's kind of like a fingerprint every single time. They come out different. So it's kind of cool. It's like a snowflake. It's different every single time. And you kind of get a little piece of history when you pick up any Password JDM parts. So as you can tell, it's a little bit hazy just because of the finish they use. It's like an epoxy gel coat. It's not a clear coat, so that's why you always hear about these things yellowing and fading over time. So you can do one of two things, or both. You can either do it yourself and just do a ceramic coat, you know, get something on there to protect it from the elements, or you can go a step above and actually go get it clear coated at an automotive shop, or do it yourself if you're capable. But what we're going to do tonight is just ceramic coat it, because that's what I have on hand. And if I find that it yellows over time, I'll just take it to a shop and get them re-cleared. It's not a big deal. So I have been running, actually I already got started. I have been running the parent battery tie down, as you can see right here. I already have it off. And the main reason that I have it off is because I wanted to do some test fitting. And why was I doing test fitting? Well, I am running the Cobb coolant overflow tank here. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't get in the way. So I kind of had to move some things around to get it to fit properly. So I wanted to do that off camera, just so, you know, when I go to install it, I'm not fumbling around and, you know, telling you it doesn't fit. So I confirmed it does fit. What I actually had to do was kind of move the coolant tank up a little bit and kind of position the battery a little bit back so it fit well. But as for the parent battery tie down, we can remove that. As I said, I already got started. And here, over here is my Titanium Works battery tie downs. Of course, they're titanium. And I have the nice 10mm nuts as well. So it's gonna look really good against the carbon right here. So let's get going. Let's get this polished up and ceramic coated, and then we can get it on the car. So it's been the full 2 hours. The CSL has fully cured. It's nice and warm in the garage right now. So the next step is I'm going to put 2 layers of XOV4 on, just like I normally do. Let me get this on. Then I'm gonna wait 2 hours, put the second coat on, and then we can get it on the car. So it is complete. The ceramic coating is done. So we did 1 layer CSL, 2 hours, 1 layer of EXO, 2 hours, and then the final layer of EXO. So it is ready to go. Ceramic coating, at least with G-Technic, it gets better and deeper and shinier over time. So as it cures, it's going to get better and better, and it's going to look wetter and deeper, just like the paint of my car. So let's go ahead and install it on the car. It's very straightforward. You simply just lay it over the battery and then put the little eye hooks through there, bolts on, and then you're done. So what I'm going to do is actually remove the fuse cover just so I don't scratch it as I'm installing it, and then I'll put that back on after I'm done. It's a very, very straightforward install. So let's go ahead and get it on the car. guys, so we are done with the install of the Password JDM battery cover. It looks really, really good in the engine bay. So I got 1, 2, 3. Come over here, 1, 2, 3. So it's nice and even. Got the carbon in the middle. And everything just ties together really, really well. I guess the only con about this is if you store your car, you need to put your car in a battery tender, you're gonna have to take that cover off. Fortunately for me, this is going to become a garage queen very, very soon. I'll have an update for you guys on the daily driver situation. So I'm gonna have to be taking this on and off, which is kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest, but honestly, it's worth it. It looks beautiful. I love the way it turned out. I am waiting on the Titanium Works badge, just like the one I have over here. So we're gonna have to take it off again anyway to drill that out and put the new one on. So that should be in probably, I don't know, probably at the end of the week or so. I'll probably just throw it in a video. I'm not gonna do a whole video on that again. But it's gonna look really nice, tie everything in. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I love working in the engine bay, doing these small things. You know, it's not for everybody. I totally understand. Some people just don't even like touching the engine bay. But for me, for something that I spend a lot of time on, I love looking in this engine bay and I love how it turned out. Everything looks beautiful. It's exactly the way that I pictured it before I even got an STI. I always thought of doing this stuff before I even had one, and coming to the realization that I finally have it in my garage exactly the way I want it is pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you for this video. If you have any questions at all about the battery cover or anything else in the engine bay or on the car, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.